What'd you do this weekend, Emily?
Well, we went to Kosai Farm Days on Friday. My mom, Brady, and I. It was a lot of fun, and it's fun watching your kids experience all that.
So,
and
as a 1-year-old, did he really get into it, or was he just kind of mesmerized, or?
Yeah, no, he did. He got into it. Very mesmerized by all the animals at Farm Days. He did not like Titanic, however, and I understand because he doesn't appreciate what it's about.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't know the story, it's like, oh, wow, there's a boat and it's not floating anymore.
Why are you making me pose for all these pictures in front of these weird things? That's probably what was going through his mind, I'm assuming.
Exactly what it was.
Yeah, so he'll appreciate it one day.
So I pulled my shirt back out that I wore yesterday because I wanted you to see it. I went to an Olympic-themed party. And everybody,
that sounds fun.
You like this? So everybody had to bring a dish from a certain country and wear clothes from a certain country. Well, this is the best I could do. We picked Jamaica.
Okay.
And I've got this shirt that says Yaman.
I'm really offended you didn't bring my White Claw casserole.
The White Claw casserole. That is the finest dish you can take.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
12-pack of White Claw in a casserole dish and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. But was the party fun?
It was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. It was really good. It was good stuff. Kirsch and Emyle, New Country, fewer commercials. New Country 103.9 with Chase Rice and FGL. Luke Combs, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. Before that, I get to pull out my favorite music to talk over.
I'm getting to the point where sometimes I want to go, only in Ohio.
So if you don't listen on Friday mornings, you should. We do the Friday Florida Report every week where we talk about the craziest of the crazy coming out of Florida. And when we started doing this, I pulled up this music because I thought it was crazy, right? And I thought I would only use it on Fridays for the Friday Florida Report. But this one's out of Columbus, Ohio. Did you hear this? What happened over the weekend with the guy in the snowplow, Emily?
I heard a little bit of it. Please tell.
Okay, so if you were on 670 on Saturday morning, there was a guy who was driving a snowplow. Not like the ODOT snowplow, like a pickup truck with a plow on the front, right? But a snowplow nonetheless in August, ramming into cars.
For fun, right?
For fun, yeah. Well, for fun, because, police eventually caught up with him and were like, excuse me, sir, you can't plow into cars on the highway. You're injuring people. And they pulled him over, and it turned into a standoff where this guy actually got out of his truck. And the story says that he was throwing tools at the police, and he hit a few officers with, wrenches or hammers or whatever he had in his truck. And they said that not only before the standoff, but during the standoff, he was smoking crack cocaine.
Of course he was, because why not? And those poor police officers,
When's the last time you smoked crack and threw tools at police? I mean, seriously, who does that?
Never. And I don't know what goes through people's mind. And then I go, well, I guess I'm kind of glad I wasn't on the highway that day.
I know. 670 comes right over here by the station.
Yeah. That's terrifying. And they eventually got him, right? He ran out of tools, I'm assuming.
He ran out of tools. Yes.
And crack cocaine, I'm assuming. He ran out.
He ran out of tools and crack, and then they were eventually able to take him into custody.
Well, good.
So what do we call it? Is it FLORHIO? What is this?
FLORHIO. I don't know. Florida?
FLORHIO.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Florida. I love it. Welcome to Columbus. If this is your first weekend, you just moved here, it only gets better. We like to start your Monday off with happy headlines, good news, positivity, and all that kind of stuff, because good Lord knows you can't find it many places these days. So Emily's put these stories together to start your Monday off. What are our happy headlines this morning, Emily?
A 15-year-old babysitter in Montana was watching her neighbor's kids last month when their house caught on fire, but she got their 1-year-old and 3-year-old out along with the family dog, and a security camera got it on video, which is amazing, by the way. And her local fire department gave her a hero award this week along with a $500 check. Aww. She is the oldest of her siblings and said she feels like she just did what anyone would have done. You know what? I agree with that, because you know how many times I thought I was going to have to go complete
rescue your sister or something like that?
No, I was actually thinking about your children. Like if something happened, I was going to have to go kick butt mode or something like that.
Well,
you know?
I appreciate you'd go kick butt mode for them and not your sisters, so thank
No,
you.
I don't say that. I would. I'm just saying that's where I was going. I never really was.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, trusted to watch my sister. So, a 30-year-old named Cheyenne Stone blew up on TikTok after her friends randomly threw her a party just because she's awesome. She posted the video in May, but it's everywhere after People Magazine and BuzzFeed ran it. In the caption, she said she loves celebrating her friends' milestones, like weddings, but she's at a different point in her life, so they did it just to make sure she felt celebrated too.
I'm going to throw you a party just because you're awesome.
I mean, I was going to say, where's mine?
We'll throw one for you. What's this for?
Okay.
Can I do this last one? Because I think she's amazing.
Yes, you can.
Caitlin Clark, one of the most popular basketball players in the world, she pulled off a fantastic surprise at North High School in Des Moines, Iowa. She showed up to hand out over 350 backpacks filled with school supplies to students. Now, not only did she didn't just give out goodies. She took selfies, she signed autographs, she even shot some hoops with the kids too. It was part of a charity effort she calls Back to School Backpacks, which aims to support students in need. She is awesome.
She is. That's amazing. And I know that helps so much because I've done that for friends because they just couldn't afford it for their kid, and it helps.
It definitely does.
I mean, that's amazing. And that's a lot of backpacks of school supplies.
Still kind of sad she didn't make it on the Olympic team. She should have. I'm salty about that. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. Kirsch and Emyle, New Country. Fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. There's Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Thomas Rhett and Riley Green for you, too. Now, Emily, you brought up these Superloads that are starting to, well, they've been going through Central Ohio for a while now. And everybody's mesmerized by these things because they're just... They're Superloads.
Yeah.
All right. Now, look, we had to find out more about this because I've seen them on socials. I've seen all that kind of stuff. So ODOT's Matt Bruning is joining us this morning. Now, Matt, before the beginning of this year, I've never heard of a Superload before. And is this a new thing?
It is not. There are tens of thousands of these things that go through Ohio each year. So,
okay. Well,
the reason you're hearing so much about these, they are pretty big. But the reason you're hearing so much about them is the frequency on the same route. So they're going the same route over and over and over. And that's why we decided to be more public about them.
Oh, okay. So I don't know where you've been if you haven't seen these things, but they're coming from down south and rolling up into mostly Licking County, right? They're giant trucks with, what are the things that are on there?
Well, it varies from load to load. These last four, so this is the fourth of the largest Superloads. From what I understand, they're a thing called an air separating unit. I don't just understand all of it, right? Because we're just here to help make sure it gets from point A to point B at ODOT. But they're going to the Intel plants. They start at a dock site from the Ohio River in Adams County, and then they get up to Licking County.
So they're giant trucks, and they're pulling probably massive weight. They can't move very quickly, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think the top speed on these are about 15 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh. So, Emily, you live in Licking County. Have you seen these bad boys going along at 15?
You know what's funny? No, I haven't actually, but I feel like now I'm jinxing myself, so I will. But I do know where they're going because it's right down the street from me. And my only question is how many people still get mad even though you tell them over and over again that they're coming?
Well, I mean, there are still those who are angry. I could name some names, but I won't.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Just drop one name, Matt. Drop one name.
Joe Campbell.
All right,
shows up on my Facebook page all the time.
What's up, Joe? Thanks for listening this morning, and get on Matt's case a little more.
Exactly. But no, we put the information out about the route about a week and a half before these things move, so people could plan ahead. That's the whole idea, is to get the information out there so people can schedule doctor's appointments or whatever else around them if they need to. And we want to give people that information and let them know. But we do have a lot of people who use that information instead of avoiding the Superloads to actually go to see the Superloads.
Yeah. And then get on Facebook and yell at you for it. Right.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you, Kirsch. It is amazing how many people are, I guess maybe a Superload fan club. There are a lot of people who I've seen each one of the loads that I've gone out with, same people over and over again.
So again, talking with Matt Bruning from ODOT, we're talking about these giant trucks that are coming from, down along the Ohio River somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's in Adams County. It's a really neat story. A guy took an old coal-fired power plant site and basically made it a dock so that these barges come up and unload these giant pieces of cargo, and then he sends them out across the state of Ohio from that spot.
So how many more? There's one coming through today, right?
Yeah, it'll leave in about an hour and a half or so from Freedom Way in Pickerington and head to Pataskala. And then we've got about a dozen or so more that'll be much smaller than these. This is the last of the largest ones, but those will move much faster. These largest ones have taken 7 days to make the trip. The smaller ones will be about 3 days.
So what areas should people avoid today?
So today, State Route 204 to 310. And then it's going to go north on 310 to US 40. It'll go 40 to Mink Street to State Route 16, and then it'll park there in the city of Pataskala, or just west of it, actually.
Emily, you're dying to ask Matt a question, I can tell.
Oh, I just all I can think about is I would avoid these anyway because I just think about Final Destination. Honestly, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not trying to be around that. Okay, come on. You have had the same thought.
Log trucks, yeah. They're much bigger than log trucks. I wouldn't want one of these things flying off at my windshield.
Why wouldn't you avoid it?
Good
Why
Lord.
wouldn't you pay attention to this information?
Rolling along at 15 with that thing flying off the truck at
Just
you.
saying.
Well,
I would just be paying attention.
If anyone needs some practice on how to drive behind one of these superloads at 15 miles per hour, drive Route 23 through Lewis Center, and that'll be pretty much what it's like.
I think you're right there, yeah. Or get behind a big piece of farm machinery. Same thing.
I think that's faster than Lewis Center. Matt, we
Maybe.
appreciate you joining us this morning. Another superload making its way to Licking County. It's Kirsch and Emyle, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. Talking about back to school because everybody, a lot of school districts going back this week. My girls go back Thursday, which is hard to believe summer's already over, but it's going to get a lot easier.
Down the minutes, let's be honest.
I am. I can't wait till it starts back up. So you had back to school tips. What are these?
So I found an article that says tricks to help get the kids out the door on time for back to school. And I just need your response to a couple of these to see if they're true. Because my son's not old enough to go back to school, but I already feel like I've read half of these and you will disagree with a lot of them.
So these are tips to get your kids out the door to school on time. What does this say?
So I need Kirsch's opinion.
Okay, hit me.
Have a designated spot for all of their stuff.
Is that the whole thing?
Yep, that's one tip. That's just one.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking. Like they come in and they just shed clothes and backpacks and shoes and everything else. Yeah, whatever. Designated spot for all their stuff. Let's move on because that's hilarious.
Well, this one's going to make you laugh then. Make it easy for them to know the time.
Well, I mean, like if they're in first grade and maybe they don't have a good grasp on it, I guess, but I mean, my girls are both 13. They both have an iPhone and they've got the time staring in them in the face the whole time and they still can't make it out the door on time. So, okay, I'll laugh at that one too. Oh no.
Keep backpacks packed.
That's a tip?
Yes, besides putting homework away ahead of time, keep the kids' phones charged on top of their backpacks each night so they never forget them. Implement the rule that you've solved the no devices in the bedroom argument, apparently, with that. And just that they don't forget their homework.
Keep backpacks packed? I don't know what my girls do. They walk around with their backpacks and they're bulging and they're like 1,000 pounds. They're going to have terrible
I have to do this one too.
Okay.
Set consequences and stick to them.
God, who wrote this? I mean, yes, that's kind of general parenting right there. But look, I'm going to tell you, I will tell you that Mrs. Kirsch and I, we set consequences a lot of times and we'll get to the point where we're just so exhausted where it's like, yeah, we should really lay down the law here, but I'm so tired.
Just being honest.
Right? It happens. I think that happens to everybody. These are terrible back to school tips.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Here's how you do it. For back to school time, just get ready. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next week, whenever your kids go back to school, do what every parent does. Be like, okay, yell upstairs, okay, you have 10 minutes. You need to get out the door for school. You have 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You need to get down here right now. We're late. And that's how it goes.
Good to know. I'm prepared already.
That's exactly how it's going to go. And if that goes how it goes for you, just know you're in very good company. The rest of us are doing it too. So let's talk about this. You reached out to me yesterday, Emily, and said, tomorrow's middle child day. We should get your brother on air because he's the middle child in my family. And I was like, no, we're not going to do that.
You're like, no, I'll just talk about him instead. That's fine.
No, my brother's awesome. He really is. But middle children typically, they're like, there's middle child syndrome, right?
Yes, there is. But real quick, because I have to ask this, because you have twins. If you guys had another, would there be a middle child technically because there's twins?
That's a really good question. I mean, like scientifically, yes, because one was born first, one was born second. So she's the younger sister. So, but that's a hard question, Emily. I wasn't ready for that today.
Actually, could just ask my brother because he has twins and another daughter. So,
ask him. I'm not equipped to answer this question. So, middle child syndrome is basically what?
So, the characteristics of a middle child is rebellious. Is that true?
Yeah, my brother was. Yeah.
Sociable.
Yes.
Not as family oriented as their siblings.
Yeah, I would say that.
Feeling overshadowed, which you've mentioned several times.
Wait, what is it?
Feeling overshadowed.
Oh, I thought you said peeling off a shadow. I was like, what does that mean? Feeling overshadowed? Yeah, I could see that.
Not perfectionist.
No, he's a perfectionist.
Okay. Well, the main one is feeling overshadowed. And this is also on WebMD. And I just want to make it clear, it does not say that they're going to die because they're the middle child.
It doesn't? WebMD? No. Usually you look anything up on there. Middle child syndrome. Oh, you're already deceased. We apologize.
Yes. But do you think that he's different than your sister and yourself?
I think he is. Yeah, he's definitely. My sister and I are very similar. My brother is very different from the two of us. So I think the middle child thing could be real. I'm
going to go out on a limb and say you were babied more.
Well, I mean, my brother and my sister are 9 and 11 years older than me. Oops.
Okay.
Whoops.
I never knew you were an oops baby.
Oh, yeah, 100% I was. I was an oops baby. So I don't know. I think I got away with a lot because my parents were A, exhausted from having 2 kids, and B, exhausted because they had a baby 10 years later.
Did you get along with your brother? Did he have to watch you?
No, my sister did. If my brother watched me, I may not be here.
Okay. Well, there we go. Middle child. So, I mean, if anyone is a middle child or has one and wants to share some insight, I'm curious.
Well, we'll see. 877-937-1039. Call Emily and tell her how overshadowed you've been as a middle child. We hope it's not that way. So she won't tell me what this story is, but she said because of my birth month, she's now afraid of me. Why are you afraid of me, Emily?
First, I just need to know, I'm on your good side, right?
Of course you're on my good side.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
This is the job you're more likely to have based on the month you were born, okay? I'm going to go in order and we'll get to yours because you're at the bottom of the list. Who says this?
Who says there's jobs?
Zippia.com posted a list of the careers you're more likely to gravitate towards depending on the month you were born. You'll understand why in a moment.
All right, well, here we go. The job you're supposed to have based on the month you're born. What do we have?
It's backed by stats, just an FYI.
Okay.
So January, debt collectors and doctors.
All right.
February, artists and traffic cops.
Traffic cops. All right, yeah.
March, pilots and musicians.
All right.
April, dictators. I'm
dictators?
I'm just going to leave that at that.
Okay.
May, politicians.
I was born in November, by the way. I can't wait till we get there because of whatever she said. So we're getting close.
Get there.
All right.
June, CEOs and Nobel Prize winners. So, I'm just saying I'm going to be, one or the other one day. It's fine. I'm just accomplishing things over here. July is bricklayers and train drivers.
Okay. Bricklayers and train drivers. Cool. All right.
August, bricklayers again.
Bricklayers.
So, I guess if you've had a baby recently,
they're going to be a bricklayer.
September, athletes and physicists.
Okay.
Okay, October is not a job, but you're more likely to live to be 100 years old.
What? Okay. If you're born in October, here we go. This is why she's like side-eyeing me and asking if I'm on her good side. What is November?
Serial killers and schizophrenics.
What?
Again, it's not a job, it says, but
So I
and
was born in
December-
November, so I'm more likely than the other months to be a serial killer or a schizophrenic?
Again, on your good side, right? Just saying.
Totally on my good side, Emily.
They've never caught the Zodiac
You're
Killer.
perfectly fine over there. Nothing to worry about.
And December,
I
dentist.
kind of creeped myself out there. Mrs. Kirsch was born in December. She's not a dentist.
I just read what I see and find interesting
I
here.
wish she was. Dentists make good money.
Yeah, they do, actually. And they are doctors. Don't start me on that.
They,
Don't start me on that.
Who said they're not?
A lot of people.
All right, well, find some other non-doctor to work on your teeth if that's what you
Exactly.
think. I don't know. Anyhow, I wish Mrs. Kirsch was a dentist. I'd sit at home and let her bring home the bacon. There you go.
Sure.